Welcome back to Krypton's Toy Vault. In this video, I'll be going over this cloth goods Mezco style Batman that I made using a Marvel Legends. This is a custom that I put together with the other half of the Hyperion Dr. Spectrum 2-pack. I think it turned out pretty good. It took a little bit longer for me because Batman's not a huge priority, but I did want to do something else with that 2-pack, the other half of that 2-pack, and I decided to go ahead and put this together. The suit itself and the trunks are from C. Ford Charles, same as all the other cloth goods suits that I've got. They all come from him, and I don't see that changing anytime soon. But that suit, that cloth goods pack, only comes with the suit, shirt, pants, and 2 pairs of trunks. We've got these ones, which are more of a fabric, and they're blue. And then there's a pair of black ones that are a little bit more pleathery. I went with the fabric. I didn't really like the look of the pleather. I tried to dye these a little bit darker. It didn't work out too well. They didn't take the dye very well. But it's okay for now until I get something to replace it. The head is 3D printed off of Cult 3D. The neck piece and the cape are from the CT Toys KO of the Mafex figure. The belt is from Warpath, the older Warpath, the one that I used to make Conquest previously. I cut out part of it in the back and then re-glued it together. It's not final right now. It needs to be. I need some better glue to cinch that up. But the belt itself was bright red. But after a little bit of painting, I think it turned out pretty well, and it looks very much like a little more traditional Batman utility belt. The gloves and boots are both the original from the Dr. Spectrum, but they've been dyed. And the gauntlets are 3D printed from a Batman Begins cosplay that I scaled way down and basically just scaled them until they would basically almost press onto the figure. Overall, I didn't spend very much on this. I had the CT Toys. I think that was $30-ish when I got it, but I feel like this is as good of a use as the CT Toys. I plan on getting like an actual Mafex Batman further down the line, so losing the knockoff wasn't a huge deal. The head was, I think, $4, but it came with a Batman and a Superman head sculpt, so it was, I'd say, $2 for that. The gauntlets were free. Like I said, the belt came off of Warpath that I'd used for a previous custom, so that didn't cost anything. The suit was about $25. So, let's say $10 for the cape and collar, $2, $30, $32 or so for this custom. Aside from a little bit of paint and a little bit of gluing, it was a pretty cheap custom. And obviously my paint on the head isn't that great. The belt could be better. I really don't like these hands that came with Dr. Spectrum. They have a weird, like they sit weird. And the joint is up and down, not in and out. So it doesn't like to, you can't straighten it out. It's stuck kind of cocked in like that. Overall though, I quite enjoy it. I think it looks good. I think I could do something better for the cape, but that's something that can happen down the line. Same with the trunks. I want to get the trunks replaced with something that's gonna be a little bit more black and not blue. It is Marvel Legends, but it is older Marvel Legends, so the articulation, it does have double jointed elbows and knees and all that stuff. It still retains all that. No butterfly joints on these figures, unfortunately. I have to work on something else for those, keeping those pant legs in. But overall, it works decently well. I will pull in some other figures and show how he compares. Like I said, that spectrum's a little bit too small, in my opinion. But yeah, I'll be right back. Here we have the custom Superman. This is the one made with the Hyperion. And then over here on the right, we have the Omni-Man. As you can see, Batman is quite a bit shorter than both of them. That's why I'm just saying it doesn't really work that great unless you say, like I say, it's Dick Grayson. It's not Batman. Batman's supposed to be a little bit shorter than Superman, but that's almost a head shorter. I wish it scaled a little bit better, but it works for now. Here we have Conquest and Invincible. He's using the Warpath body, and he's using a Fantasy 15 Spider-Man. He's a little bit shorter than Batman, but they're a lot closer than they should be in height if it was Bruce Wayne. So, it's okay, but not great. So I'll throw in a couple other Batmans. On the left, we have the DCUC, and on the right, we have a McFarlane animated true 6-inch. And now that I'm looking at these side by side, they are about the same height. I guess they work better than I thought. I guess that Hyperion's just a bit big. That said, I really like the DCUC standing next to the custom. Obviously the McFarlane DC Direct one on the right is true 6-inch, so that's not going to work as well. He's quite a bit shorter. But the DCUC and the custom stack up pretty nicely. Long story short, this video isn't to toot my own horn or say I'm good. I'm not very good. I'm better than I was when I started. I mean, compared to this thing, that was my first custom. I feel like this is a step up from that. I don't know if I would say it's as good as the Superman, but it's certainly going to be fine on my shelf. It's going to look like a cloth goods Batman. It's going to work just fine, I think. A little bit of time, a little bit of elbow grease, and you can have a decent enough looking custom Batman on your shelf. The Spectrum Hyperion 2-packs are literally $20 on Amazon right now, all day. They have been for months now, and it doesn't look like it's going away anytime soon. And if you really wanted to go the other direction, you could use the Hyperion for Batman. I mean, it would be kind of a big Batman, but it would work. I think it works better as a Superman, but you know, the Hyperion is the better figure of the two, in my opinion. But it works. They're very good fodder for customs, especially at the price. And it's a fun way to practice and learn some new skills and figure out where you need the most help. For me, it's eyes. I struggle with eyes. I got some new tools, to magnifying glass and stuff, I'm going to try and use to help kind of make up for some of my lack in skill at the moment. So we'll see how that goes. But, you know, it's fun. You're learning new skills. You're doing something that you haven't done before, and you end up with a custom. It's not always going to be a good custom. Sometimes it's going to be kind of a meh. Why did I do all that for this not great figure? But other times you'll have something that you can be really proud of, and even if it's not great, you can still be proud of it. It can still be a experience. It's a journey, not necessarily the end goal. That said, when it comes to the custom Batman that I made for the Marvel Legends, that's all I've got to say. This has been Krypton's Toy Vault. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time.